Okay, we're going to get started. My name is Alan Duncan. I'm a senior content strategist at Walmart, and I wanted to welcome everybody to this Fulfillment Success during COVID-19 and Beyond webinar presented by Walmart Marketplace and Deliverr. This is an interactive webinar, so you're more than welcome to ask questions as we go along in the Q&A box. We saved a lot of time at the end of the webinar to answer anything you may ask, so please ask away. We won't be able to answer highly technical questions, but we can follow up with you after the webinar with anything we can immediately answer. We'll also be recording and sharing this webinar so you can easily access it whenever you want. Now, everyone knows about the across-the-board impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic on the e-commerce ecosystem. For sellers, these can be trying times, meeting demand and fulfilling orders, but there are a lot of newer tools available to help sellers cope with these problems and improve your business. In today's webinar, Andre Perenko, business manager at Walmart Marketplace, will discuss a breakdown of expedited shipping options like Walmart TwoDay, the new option for ThreeDay, and recent changes to the FedEx Advantage program and how they will work together. Another big topic we'll discuss is fulfillment. We'll talk about how to diversify your fulfillment network with Michael Kirkaris, co-founder of the specialty solution delivery provider Deliverr. We'll chat about how to ensure your products get shipped and delivered from multiple geographic regions accurately and on time. Finally, to round out the webinar, we'll discuss the new discounts available for sellers, including new rates for FedEx Advantage and recent additional reductions with two-day orders through Deliverr. So let's get started by introducing Andre and the new changes to our expedited shipping options on Walmart Marketplace.
Thanks, Alan. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining. Alan, if you can go to the next page, please. So actually, before going into the agenda for the webinar, I want to cover a few updates that we have recently released due to COVID-19 pandemic. Next slide. With entire cities and states sheltering in place, affecting a growing number of people and businesses, we have temporarily relaxed our performance policies such as the ODR or order defect rate. Effective March 24th, we have relaxed the score calculation to take in consideration challenges that sellers are facing with inventory, order processing, cancellations, and carrier delays. Also, we have temporarily paused suspensions due to ODR thresholds. Our intent here is not to penalize sellers during this time, when on one side they're facing with higher demand and on the other side shortage in warehouse employees. So if you have been affected by COVID-19 and are struggling to meet the customer promise delivery day, we suggest you add additional lag day for standard and value shipping methods as well. However, if you're already done so and still struggling, you can open a case and request additional lag time, which we temporarily grant up to 5 days. Next. Another policy that has been temporarily extended to help sellers during this time is the return dispute window, which we gave you an extra 45 days to dispute any customer refunds issued by Walmart customer service team. This revised window is applicable to orders placed on or after March 1st. So I strongly encourage everyone to visit our seller help page for more information about these policies and any new updates that we may release as we constantly monitoring and updating these policies. Next. So today we have a very interesting agenda about fulfillment and shipping. First, I'm very excited to share with you the new 3-day shipping setting that we have recently released and how you can take advantage of all its benefits. Next, I'll cover the updated FedEx Advantage program that we released earlier in April, through which all live marketplace sellers can get exclusive discounts for FedEx, ground, express, and international services. Then Michael from Deliverr, which is one of our preferred fulfillment partners, will discuss not only how they're able to sustain their performance during this time, but also how they're able to offer their services at a much lower price. And in the end, we'll leave some time for Q&A. So with that, let's look into Walmart new 3-day promise. Next slide. On May 6th, we have announced a new 3-day nationwide shipping setting available for all marketplace sellers. This new setting will allow marketplace sellers to offer a more precise shipping promise time to customers and get compensated with the benefits that come with a faster transit time compared to standard and value shipping methods. So we noticed that a large percentage of marketplace orders placed with standard and value shipping methods, which have a promise time between 6 to 8 business days, are actually delivered much sooner than that, in about 3 to 4 days on average. There are multiple reasons why this might be happening, but one use case is that many lower weight packages are shipped via USPS Priority Mail and USPS First Class, which both are 1 to 3 day service. In this case, using USPS wouldn't meet the 2-day SLA, but also it wouldn't require 6 to 7 days to deliver a package to the customer. So in an absence of a more precise shipping setting, many sellers find themselves stuck with standard and value shipping methods, in which case they underpromise on delivery days and over-delivering, but not taking advantage of all the benefits that come with a faster shipping method. Next slide. This is one of actually my favorite slides from this deck that shows a direct correlation between delivery promise days on the x-axis and the increase in conversion rate. For example, if you go from a 5-day to a 3-day promise time, we see an average about 30% organic increase in conversion rate. So customers are more willing to convert when they know in advance that the item they're looking for will get there sooner. Also, the opposite is true. As the number of delivery promise days increase, the conversion rate goes down. So if you're offering a standard promise of 6 to 8 days, but delivering it in 3 to 4, you are losing on all that conversion rate potential. By the way, this is assuming that price remains the same. If price increases as the delivery promise goes down, this conversion rate will not hold the same. Customers are sensible about the price, as sensible about the price as they are about the shipping speed. So if items are already delivered in 3 days, why not promise it in advance to customers and gain that increase in conversion rate by doing so? Next slide. Well, now you can. We have so we're excited to introduce the new 3-day nationwide shipping option that will bridge that gap between promise and the actual delivery date, which will sit under the expedited shipping method. We will have a similar 2 p.m. cutoff time as we have for all other shipping methods. For lag time, we ask it to be set at 0, meaning that any orders received before 2 p.m. needs to be shipped out the same day. And any orders received after 2 p.m. can be shipped out the following business day. However, given the current situation, we do allow a temporarily 1-day option of lag time to help with current fulfillment and carrier delays. The transit time is set to 2 to 3 business days, which totals to 3 to 5 days of total fulfillment time. This is a first step towards giving you more flexibility in shipping settings to choose a more precise delivery time for your customer. Next slide. So there are a few benefits that come with a 3-day nationwide shipping method. First, as we already saw, there'll be an organic conversion rate increase to items that were previously on standard and value shipping methods due to offering a shorter delivery time, assuming there is no increase in price or shipping fee. Second, the expedited shipping method comes with a buy box prominence over other shipping methods, giving a small edge to items that are promised to be delivered faster. And last but not least, there are no specific qualifications to offer 3-day shipping option to your customers. Any seller that can deliver within this time frame can choose to offer an expedited shipping to take advantage of these benefits. Next slide. Both 3-day and 2-day are part of the expedited shipping method, but what are the differences and similarities between these two? So first, let's look at similarities. They both get buy box prominence, increase in conversion, and faster shipping promise compared to standard and value shipping methods. However, the 2-day shipping method has a 2-day delivery tag that is visible in search results under each product, and it also serves as a filter that customers can choose to use in order to narrow their search results. As a result, it gives more traffic, drives more traffic as well to those items. In addition, the items on 2-day program get an additional boost in search results that is not available for items on 3-day. But these higher benefits, they do come with additional performance eligibility criteria to get into the 2-day program, and sellers need to continue their performance in order to be part of the 2-day. On the other hand, the 3-day is available to all live sellers, and there is no specific eligibility criteria to offer a 3-day promise to customer. So as long as your account, your seller account is in good standing, you can participate in 3-day. Next. This is an in-action example of how a 3-day shipping promise will display to customers. Here we can see how this seller is winning the buy box compared to other sellers that offer the item at the same price. Also, the arrive by date will display at 3 business days on the page, which will drive an organic increase in add to cart rate and conversion rate that ultimately translates to more sales, everything else being equal. Next slide. So how do you set it up, right? There are a few steps to activate 3-day expedited shipping method. First, go to your shipping settings in Seller Center and you will see a new 3-day option. Then click on the 3-day rates, which can be set by item weight or item price. Here you have the option to offer it for free or charge a shipping fee for it. However, please note that the buy box prominence is only given to free offers, and the conversion rate will not be the same if you choose to charge for it. Also, these settings will apply to your entire catalog. If you want to exclude specific items from 3-day, you can then submit a shipping override template to remove those items. Think of overrides as exemptions to these rules in Seller Center. And once you're done setting up your shipping rules, don't forget to save them at the bottom of the page. Next. We have also introduced a new column in order detail page in Seller Center to differentiate between a 2-day order and a 3-day order, which are both under expedited shipping method. The new column is called shipping tier, seen here on the right-hand side, which can be used to differentiate between the two. All these changes are also available via API. For specific details, please visit our developer portal at developer.walmart.com. Next. So now let's switch gears and talk about FedEx Advantage program that we have launched earlier in April. Not all sellers are able to leverage their order volume to get carrier discounts. So we've partnered with FedEx to offer exclusive discounts to all live marketplace sellers. In many cases, individual sellers would have to maintain a specific order volume in order to receive this kind of discounts. However, this is not required when you sign up through this program. Next. With FedEx Advantage program, we're introducing a new way to address your shipping needs without actually breaking the bank. You can take advantage of an established carrier such as FedEx and save up to 50% off for various shipping services. More specifically, you can get 50% off for FedEx Express and FedEx International, including inbound and outbound shipments. Also, up to 40% for FedEx Ground and FedEx Home Delivery, as well as 25% off residential delivery fee. These are great discounts that are offered to you as being part of Walmart Marketplace. And you can leverage them to get on 2-day or 3-day shipping methods, as well as save money for your shipping overall. Next. In addition to rate discounts, here are some other benefits that come with a FedEx Advantage program and with a FedEx account as well. From this list, I would highlight the 7-day-a-week delivery to most residential customers that at no additional cost to your business, right? So customers in the weekend service areas no longer have to wait for the weekend delivery. Also, another great benefit here is the FedEx Money Back Guarantee program, through which you may request a refund or credit of your shipping charges if FedEx misses on their published delivery time. And this guarantee applies to all US shipments, commercial, and residentials to all 50 states. Next. Here's an example of how the actual rates that you can expect to Zone 8, which would be coast-to-coast shipping for various services. In the first column, we have FedEx 2-day, which is an expedited service with a flat 50% off. In the boxes below, you can see the rate examples of the discounted rates for 1 pound and 5 pound packages. For FedEx Home Delivery, which is normally for residential addresses, there is a 50% off the base rate, plus a 25% off the residential delivery fee. And below, you can see how those two discounts add up. For FedEx Ground, which is for commercial and business addresses, the discount is up to 40%. So these rates are for Zone 8, but if you go to the program page below, you can see rate examples for other zones as well. Next. To take advantage of these discounts, there are two things that are required. One, it's a FedEx account number, which can be opened at fedex.com, or you can use your current account number if you have one. But please note that if you use your current account number, these discounts will override any previous discounts you might have with FedEx. So if you're still debating if these discounts are right for you, please call FedEx directly and they'll be able to advise you on the best option for your shipping needs. And two, you will need your Walmart partner ID, which we have emailed to everyone in April. But if you can't find it in your email, you can look it up in Seller Center by downloading the catalog, and the partner ID would be in the first column. Once you have both your FedEx account number and Walmart partner ID, you can then enroll in FedEx Advantage program by completing a short application on the program page. That should take about a minute to do. Once the application is completed, it'll take about 2 business days for FedEx to review and apply those discounts to your account. And you'll receive an email once those discounts are loaded to your FedEx account. Next. And with that, I'll hand it over to Michael to talk about Deliverr.
Hey guys, so we're going to talk a little bit about Deliverr and some updates with everything going on the COVID side. So if we go to the next slide, let's just start with a quick high-level overview of what is Deliverr. I know it's been some time since we've done a webinar with you guys, and so I want to give a refresher on what is Deliverr, what are some of the benefits that we bring to the table. And so number one comes with really clear, simple pricing. And we're going to talk about some of the changes in pricing that went live April 1st. And so it's pricing in the structure you already know. You pay just two fees, fulfillment and storage, very similar to something like FBA. And these rates are going to be competitive with Amazon's multi-channel fulfillment. But even with our Walmart rates, they're going to be competitive with FBA rates for Amazon orders even. So the cost of selling on Amazon should be very comparable to the cost of selling on Walmart when you're using Walmart and Deliverr, and you can also offer a very similar shipping experience. And so that leads into number two, which is sales growth. And so Deliverr sellers get access to two-day delivery, helping to really improve visibility and grow sales. And so typically in a pre or in post-COVID world, you're going to get nationwide two-day delivery coverage. And that's going to really help you get more visibility, as Andre showed in that chart. You see really high improvements in conversion, especially in certain verticals. And certain items have seen sales double with the badge. And then last is it's hassle-free. You can get set up in less than 2 minutes. We've had sellers in the past month or so get started in less than 72 hours, where they're signing up, they're sending inventory, we're receiving inventory the next day, and they're able to get up and running really, really quickly. And so it also scales up and down. So we've had sellers selling items that have really picked up and moved very fast across Walmart's marketplace. And that's something where the network is designed to be able to handle several thousands of orders per day for a certain SKU if something like that happens. So those are the three benefits. And the way to think about Deliverr is an FBA-like fulfillment service for really anywhere you sell online. And the last piece is that Deliverr is multi-channel. So anywhere you're selling, any channel, we're able to handle those. So let's say you want to sell on Walmart, but you also want to sell on your own website. You can put the same pool of inventory in Deliverr, which is really helpful, for really consolidating things and improving efficiency. So if we go to the next slide, this gives you an idea around scale. So we actually have never publicly talked about these numbers with Walmart or other sellers. And so I wanted to give you guys an understanding around some of the scale that Deliverr and Walmart have been doing in the past year, because we have been growing extraordinarily fast. And while we haven't been so public about it, want to make sure from a seller standpoint, you have an understanding around how many sellers we actually work with. So we actually work with thousands of Walmart marketplace sellers. And those are how many are actually live. We have another several thousand that are in onboarding at any given time within Deliverr. That also equates to tens of thousands of SKUs on Walmart Marketplace that are enabled in Deliverr with two-day delivery tags. Now, a lot of these items you're not going to see because it technically says sold and shipped by seller, but a huge portion of them are actually fulfilled by Deliverr. And then the third point is that we're shipping thousands of Walmart orders every day. So that's something every few seconds we're shipping Walmart orders. And so have definitely been able to work at scale there on the outbound side. And then the fourth piece is that there's guaranteed seller protection for Walmart merchants. Because we handle fulfillment for so many different Walmart merchants and we handle so much scale for Walmart, we are able to offer guaranteed seller protection for Deliverr and Walmart sellers, which makes it very easy. So you don't need to worry about meeting shipping SLAs, meeting on-time delivery SLAs. Your performance metrics won't be impacted. And then the last part just gives another understanding around scale. We actually handled some of the fastest moving items on Walmart.com. And that's actually not just marketplace, that's 1P and 3P. And so we did a case study with Walmart Marketplace that came out around Christmas time of this EnviroLog fire log that smells like Kentucky Fried Chicken when you burn it. And so this item goes on sale for 2 days every year and does tens of thousands of orders within around 30 hours or so. And that was actually in Deliverr this past year. and something that we were able to handle with the Walmart team. So hopefully that gives you an understanding around the scale that Deliverr has with Walmart and how committed we are to this partnership. So if we go to the next slide here. Here's some COVID updates. And so we're trying to do this every few weeks or so. I believe we have our next COVID update happening next Monday or Tuesday. And so we're trying to keep you guys updated. We obviously have daily updates on our website. But of course, it's a very dynamic situation. Things are changing, and we're really trying to adapt and grow and scale to be able to handle the evolving ecosystem right now. So number one, and most importantly, we're continuing to accept Walmart sellers and sellers of any kind. That's something that's extraordinarily important to us. We want to be able to continue to be able to accept merchants, even though you have so many coming in right now. But that's really important. We're continuing to do that. I don't foresee that changing anytime soon. So you can continue to sign up with Deliverr. You can continue to get started with Deliverr. We're going to keep that online and not block anyone out. Number two is that precautions are being taken across all warehouses in the network to ensure performance and stability. So for example, we've extended our receiving times, which is point number 4 there, because guidance from the CDC indicated that the virus can stay on cardboard for longer than 24 or for up to 24 hours. And so anytime inventory gets sent into a Deliverr warehouse network right now, it will sit at the warehouse for around 24 hours, and then we will commence receiving that into the network. Additionally, we've working with the different warehouses to make sure the spacing is correct, make sure workers have the right equipment, make sure we're able to take the temperature of the different warehouse workers. And so really trying to keep things as stable as possible. Now, there have been a few warehouse closures due to COVID over the past several weeks. Those locations have since reopened. And for the affected sellers, we are communicating with them in real time when they do get impacted in terms of what the impacts are. And so, but in terms of what the policies look like, how we're able to keep the network online when a COVID closure happens, that is all listed on our website. You can see more information around that. If we look at the third point, we are constraining 2-day coverage to accommodate carrier performance, but we're maintaining a 95% on-time delivery. That is one of the highest on-time delivery percentages in the United States right now for fulfillment service. And we are continuing to hold that, but you are going to see a constraint in 2-day coverage. This is due to carrier performance, predominantly on the nationwide carrier side. But we are doing a lot of things, especially around expanding our regional carriers and some other options that we're looking at to help get that coverage expanded again. Ultimately, we want to get to nationwide coverage within the next month or so. And so we're doing everything possible to try and expand that 2-day coverage so you can continue to have really high increase in sales. And the last piece is you are seeing every now and then delays in on-time shipments with standard orders. This happens predominantly early in the week. The reason is that you have a big backlog of orders that come in over the weekend. Warehouses in the network, around more than half the network is actually working on weekends. But you are seeing, especially with a lot of the stay-at-home orders, the weekend volumes are quite high. And so you do see a backlog of orders coming in over the weekends. And so you see a little bit of delays coming in Monday and Tuesday. Nothing major yet, but we obviously want to be very straightforward and be open with our merchants about what's going on and what we're trying to do moving forward. So this is progressively getting better every week. And then again, even if there are delays in on-time shipping, holding to that 95% on-time delivery, that is our North Star metric that the entire business operates on. And then having that seller protection with Walmart, so you should be in a good place. If we go to the next slide. Here are a few testimonials around sellers who've used Deliverr. This is seller Kids and Such. They were around $180,000 on Walmart, and then they got to around $500,000 annual run rate within 5 months. And so here he talks about having a lot of suggestions and us being able to incorporate a lot of those suggestions. So we're a young company, and while I talked earlier about some of that scale that we're having with Walmart, a lot of that scale has happened over the past year or so. So we've been growing extraordinarily fast. And with a very fast growing company, there's going to be growing pains, but also we adapt and we change and we build new features very quickly. And so even with COVID going on, we've been able to push out new code and push out new features in a very volatile time. And we definitely try to listen to our customers as much as possible. We try to solve their problems. We try to update, and we try to make it very easy. A good example with kids and such is that they didn't want to send to multiple locations. They wanted to send to one location and then get nationwide 2-day coverage. And so we worked to build a program where you can now send to one location and deliver, and then we forward it to the other locations free of charge. And so that way you get that nationwide 2-day coverage, again, in a pre or post-COVID world. And you only get to send to one, which is very simple. And so that's very similar like the FBA inventory placement service, and something that we were able to build in around 3 months that we're really proud of. If we go to the next testimonial, this gives you an idea around how fast you can ramp. And one of the amazing things around Walmart is that search is very predictable in Walmart. It operates on very clear principles, very similar to Amazon search. In many ways, actually even simpler, in that if you have the best price and you have the fastest shipping, you're going to rise to the top. And what that enables you to do is get to scale on Walmart very quickly. And so this was a seller, Earthwise Bags. He's around a top 1,000 Amazon seller. He was completely net new to Walmart, never sold there before, got approved to sell on Walmart within a day or so. So that application process has gotten a lot faster. And then once he did that, he came in, sent his inventory to Deliverr, and within 3 months, he was able to get to around 800 orders monthly. And this seller is now doing 1,500, 2,000 orders monthly, and has really scaled quite a bit since really getting started. And that really speaks to the ability to get to scale fast, which is one of the key indicators when you're looking at a marketplace. You want to be able to get to scale fast. You want to be able to grow very quickly. This is a seller that was able to do that with Deliverr. And because Deliverr is hassle-free, you're able to get started really fast. He didn't have to talk to anyone before getting started. He just signed up and was able to do everything himself, and has been able to scale with relatively minimal effort. So if we go to the next slide, we also, as we grow and as we continue to push more scale, the way we say thank you to you guys is that we bring down our rates. And with more scale, we can continue to bring down rates. And so if we look at the past 6 to 12 months, we've been able to push a lot of scale through this program. And so the result is that now we can start bringing down rates. And so here are some of the rate decreases that we've pushed out recently that make things very, very competitive, and especially in the areas that we receive the most feedback in from sellers, in areas where that tend to be the highest velocity items, where our rates simply weren't as good as they could be. And so let's look at an item, 1.5 ounce phone case with the dimensions 3x2x4. It used to be $4.99 fulfillment fee, and this is nationwide 2 days. So remember, the cost structure for Deliverr is you pay one rate regardless of where it's shipping to, and then you have storage. But for someone like a phone case, storage is going to be so nominal. And so if you look here, the fulfillment fee is now decreasing from $4.99 to $3.39. That puts it right within the range of FBA. Very, very similar. And so if this is something that you sell on Amazon or channels like that, you can expect to have a very similar cost to sell. And we define cost to sell as marketplace referral rate and Deliverr fulfillment fee as selling on that other channel. So if we go to the next item, protein powder. So this is really popular. I would say a huge portion of supplement sellers on Walmart are already on Deliverr. If you look at, for example, if you type in turmeric on Walmart.com, or if you type in keto diet pills, probably half to 3/4 of that page of those sellers are using Deliverr already. And so we're really excited to be able to push a really compelling rate decrease for items like this. So if you look at a 1.25 pound protein powder tub with dimensions of 6x5x4, the fulfillment rate is decreasing pretty substantially from $6.67 to $4.99. And here again, seeing a really big decrease because we were able to push so much volume through this exact category because we have so many similar type items. We go to the next item, espresso machine. So here you see, it's consistent on the rate, continues to be 1021. And then if we look at the last example, how to see new prices. So if we go to how to see new prices, we'll talk about that. And so there's a few different ways. So number one is you can go to the cost calculator. And so that's on the website. So if we go to the next slide. So if you go to deliverr.com, you can go to deliverr.com/Walmart, or you can just go to the cost calculator in the header. And then you can just input your Amazon product URL or your ASIN. So we make it super easy for you to be able to see the pricing, and then it'll tell you exactly what the rate is. To see the Walmart 2-day rate, you have to be signed in to Deliverr. So that is really, really important for you to be signed into Deliverr, and then the rates will reveal themselves. The other way to do it is that you can look at cost previews. So if we go to the next slide, every Deliverr account has cost previews. And so if you go to fulfillment service and you filter by Walmart 2-day, you can see the Walmart 2-day rates for every single item in your catalog. When you sign up, we're going to connect to your Walmart account, and we'll import all of your Walmart products into Deliverr. And there you're going to see the Walmart 2-day rates associated with every single item. This is going to look really similar to something like Amazon Seller Center, where you see FBA rates for every single item, and it's a very clear readout. And then lastly, if we go to the last slide, inventory details page. So we've actually refreshed this in the past 3 weeks or so. So this might look a little bit different. So we now have this dimensional readout where it shows the dimensions of your product. So it should be very clear to see if the dimensions are accurate. If they're inaccurate, please let us know if they're inaccurate. It's really important. And then the fulfillment fee. And so here you can filter by the different service levels. If you want to see, okay, what would the cost be to fulfill something on my own website? Or what would the cost be to fulfill something on Walmart? And then you can also see for a 2-unit, 3-unit, 4-unit, 5-unit order. It's really easy and simple to see. And I think that is it on the Deliverr end. We go to the last slide. Yep, and now we're on the resources page. So with that, I think, Andre, we should kick off some Q&A.
Yeah, thanks, Michael. Let me look here into the questions that are coming in. So how long does it get to, get approved for FedEx Advantage program? I'm still waiting for a response on the application. So the FedEx Advantage program has been very popular among seller communities, and we have received many applications for it in the past month. However, FedEx has a limited number of agents that are processing these applications. And in some cases where FedEx reps, they need to reach out to the seller to get any additional information. This might take a little bit longer, but I encourage you to call FedEx, and they should be able to provide you with an update on your application.
So we have a question here. Is it possible to only put certain SKUs on Deliverr and the rest in our warehouse? Say only put around 20% of our SKUs on Deliverr and the rest 80% in our warehouse. Yeah, so that's really common. And that's actually something that with the multi-node functionality that rolled out around, I would say 3 months ago now, you can actually just put a handful of SKUs in Deliverr, and the remainder you can put in your own warehouse, you can drop ship. That's really popular option for sellers. Typically what they'll do is for the item selling a little bit better, where they want to justify selling off inventory just for a certain channel, or for anything on Amazon, they will put that in Deliverr, and then the remainder they can continue to drop ship or ship from their own location. So really popular option, something that should be very simple, and something easy to implement.
Okay, another question here. Can you offer the 3-day ship method on certain SKUs, or do you have to have them set on everything you sell? So you can offer it on a few SKUs, where you can offer it on the entire catalog. I mean, it's up to you how you want to set it up. If you want to set it up as an option for all your items, then you will go to Seller Center and just update your shipping price in there, where first turn on the expedited shipping method, and then set the price by item or by price. And then you'll have all your SKUs on 3-day. Now, if you want to offer only a subset of those on ThreeDay, then what you could do, you can override any other SKUs that you don't want to be on TwoDay. So for that, you would submit a full template with overrides to SKUs that you don't want to be on ThreeDay. And you could also do it vice versa, right?
So then we have a question here around returns. So when will Deliverr start supporting returns? So we had scheduled that work to come up in over the summer, but unfortunately with COVID, we've had to focus quite a bit on the capacity side of things because we've been under so much volume recently on the inbound, but on the outbound side predominantly. And we've had to delay the returns work. We're still hoping to get something out to you guys before the end of the year so you can use it for holiday season. I think that's the really big piece, especially for January 2021. That's the peak of returns. So we're trying to get something out before then. But of course, with everything going on, and that was a relatively bigger project to take on, it has delayed the work to build out on the return side.
Okay, we have our account set up. How can we use FedEx Advantage? So I think compared to other marketplaces, we don't offer a label printing solution. So once you have your account set up, you can use whatever shipping label printing solution you have, like ShipStation. I think one is one of the most popular out there. So you can set up your account with them and then print labels regularly as you have been printing them.
And then question here, if Deliverr is integrated with Walmart, will Deliverr automatically adjust shipping settings in the Walmart account? Yes. So we have an integration, a special integration with Walmart to apply 2-day badging and remove 2-day badging to certain items. And all that is automatically done. So when you send inventory into Deliverr, we will register that we have the inventory received. So at that point, we will trigger to apply the badge to your items. As you complete the shipping bag or complete the shipping plan or inventory gets received in more locations across the country, you're going to get more coverage. And you'll be able to see a map in your Deliverr account that shows exactly where you're seeing 2-day coverage. So all of that is automatically handled. What you do need to make sure to do in your Walmart account is just set up some basic, like a basic standard shipping option. I think that's required to just set up your Walmart account. But Andre can correct me if I'm off there.
Yeah, that's right. A question from Kevin. I would like to offer free 3-day to only certain regions of the 48 states. Is that possible? So at this time, we only offer the settings that are for nationwide. You cannot do a geo. However, we are planning another release soon that will give you that capability to offer 3-day to specific regions, but that's not available at the moment.
And we have a question here. How many warehouses does Deliverr have? So we do not own the warehouses in the network. We're like an Uber-like network of warehouses. So we have partnered warehouses that need to make certain requirements. And those requirements are certain shipping standards. They have certain APIs so that we can get real-time visibility. In terms of how many warehouses are integrated into the network, if this was 1 month ago, I would say, I think 32. Today, we're probably nearing around 35, approaching 40. So we've had to expand quite a bit. We've actually launched around 3 to 4 warehouses over the past 10 days or so. So we've been expanding quite a bit, especially, like when I mentioned us having to delay returns, a lot of that is to expedite warehouse onboarding because there's been so much volume. As an indication of like what the volume's looking like, it's around Cyber Monday volume every day for us. And so that requires a different level of warehouses, a different level of scale than what we had prior modeled for if you looked at our projections in February and March. So the warehouse count is certainly expanding. I expect us to be well above 40 warehouses within the next month or so, and then probably approaching 50 sometime over the summer. So certainly some expansion there.
Okay, which carrier ships 3-day? Which ones do you recommend? So I think every carrier has a 3-day service. I know FedEx has, USPS, and UPS. And at the end of the day, I think the one I would suggest is the one that makes sense financially for you. One of the most popular that we've seen is the USPS First Class and Priority Mail. Those are two most popular ones. But I think any 3-day service that promises a 3-day SLAs would work for your settings on the 3-day program.
So we have a question here. Does Deliverr take items that contain lithium-ion batteries? So again, this was a project that was supposed to come out sometime over this quarter. Unfortunately, it did get deprioritized with the capacity changes. However, we are still trying to pick it up. It's with a little bit of a smaller team, the batteries project, than before, because we've had to allocate a lot of resources on the capacity side. But we still think we're still going to keep working on that project, and we're hoping to get at least a beta out pretty soon. So some sellers have been contacted around that, and in terms of gathering requirements in terms of what types of batteries do they have. So we're still trying to get something like a batteries program out. We do think it'll be out before holiday season, so we're confident in that. In terms of when it lands, not 100% sure. So again, it was supposed to land sometime in Q2. That's looking more like Q3, but we're really trying to find a way to get it out, because I know there's a lot of sellers who have batteries. They're waiting to send it into Deliverr, whether they are existing sellers that we have, also new sellers. So we hear you. We're really trying hard, trying everything we can to get at least a lightweight battery program out to help out some of the immediate needs that we're seeing across the marketplace.
Okay, so I see a lot of questions up here about the 3-day shipping. Do we have to offer it free, or can we offer it at the same cost as standard? So for the 3-day, we really encourage sellers to offer it free. The reason for it is that it does get a buy box prominence. And then also we see an organic conversion rate. I mean, you can certainly choose to charge for it, but in those cases, there wouldn't be that kind of a conversion rate increase, as customers are as sensible about their shipping price as they're about their the delivery speed, right? So you can certainly charge for it, but we recommend that you do free so you can get all those boosts.
Okay, question here. You guys are great, but your customer service is slow to respond. Any plans on improving that? Yes. So we are certainly trying to expand the customer support team. We've also restructured the team. So the support team is actually in 3 different functions. You have a team that is on onboarding merchants. You have a team that is on the outbound side, and then a team that's on the inbound side. And so you have 3 different support orgs now. It used to be just one monolithic team, and all the different tickets would go in the same piece. So now they're specialized, and so we are seeing improvements in response times. However, you are going to see delays, and that's going to be across everywhere, whether that's Walmart or any type of support team, just with the volume that is being experienced. So while the efficiency has improved considerably over the past few weeks, the absolute number of tickets is continuing to rise. And that is predominantly because you are seeing an exponential increase in orders. You're also seeing an exponential increase in sellers coming into the program, coming into Deliverr. And so that's why you're seeing delays in response times. However, on very urgent tickets, the response time should be within an hour or so. So that is something that we are trying to do. For non-urgent tickets, it may be up to 24 hours for you to hear back. If you still are not seeing a response time within 24 hours, please let us know. because we are fine-tuning the infrastructure, making sure everything is getting seen. And so that is really important. Every now and then we also have had issues where the email on the account is not the same as the email the seller uses to communicate. And so that has led to a few communication issues. And so if there are any differences in the email on your account versus what you want to be contacted with, please let us know in that support ticket that you file. That's really, really helpful and helps streamline a lot of those communications. But yeah, we are heavily investing into that. We're hoping to get to some level of phone support within the next 6 months. And certain teams have been starting to pilot that, both phone support and chat support. But certainly a ways to go. And of course, with all the volume influx that we have been having, has pushed things a little bit further backwards than I would have liked, but we're certainly improving.
Okay. Question from Deb. I'm in Hawaii, ship everything first class, and most is delivered in 3 to 4 days. With total fulfillment time, can I participate in ThreeDay? So from Hawaii, it might be a little bit challenging to offer ThreeDay nationwide as 3 to 4 days, which I think now you can, as you could add the 1 day lag, but with the next updates and once the corona virus goes, then we will have a 0 lag for that ship method. And that might be more kind of challenging to do it from Hawaii, but certainly if you are within the United States and the SLA on that service it's 2 to 3 days, then you can certainly do first class everywhere if you ship from the United States.
We had a question that came up around expiration dates. And so does Deliverr handle items with expiration dates, or what is the policy around that? And so that's a really good question. We can accept items with expiration dates, but we do not manage the expiration dates. We don't do lot tracking. And so if you think an item is expired, you're going to have to remove that SKU from the Deliverr network. So it's very common for sellers to do that. But we're not going to tell you, hey, this item or this lot is expired. We recommend that you remove that. That is not yet a feature in the Deliverr network. So something to think about. But very common to have CPG items in the Deliverr network. The sellers just manage expiration dates themselves. If you use FBA, it's a very similar policy. You're able to send inventory into FBA, but FBA is not going to track the expiration dates. They're just going to operate on a basic FIFO basis. And if you think something is expired, you're going to have to submit a removal request.
Cool. So another question, can we use Walmart Partner ID and FedEx discounts to non-Walmart customer shipments? So yes, we do not limit you to only Walmart orders. You can use the FedEx account as it's owned by you to ship your other orders as well, as we're not limiting this to Walmart Marketplace. This is a kind of a benefit to sellers that we offer as being part of Walmart Marketplace. And you can use that any way you wish.
So a really good question here, which is, does Deliverr integrate into the 3-day shipping program? And so we do not right now. And the reason is that in a post-COVID world, we're going to have nationwide 2-day delivery. And so we do not want to integrate into 3-day, at least now, because we're able to get to 2-day and faster speeds. We are trying to work with the Walmart team on a next-day program. And so we're hoping to have something like that out soon. But of course, with all the transit delays that we've been having, it's been difficult to get a little bit faster on some of the delivery times. So yes, we're going to be going faster actually than on slower methods. So that's the reason why we do not integrate into 3-day, but we do integrate into 2-day, and we're hoping to be able to integrate into next day very soon.
For FedEx discounts, does it apply to one rate? I see discounts are live on other services, but not one rate. So one rate is not part of the FedEx Advantage program right now. All the discounts are for ground, express, and international, but it doesn't include the one rate. service.
Question here, what is the cost to ship into Deliverr? Amazon FBA is quite inexpensive and runs at around 50 cents to $1 per unit. That's actually a great point. That is correct. Amazon FBA will typically run in between 50 cents to $1 per unit. It really depends how you want to inbound into Deliverr. So if you want to inbound to one location in Deliverr and want to go through our forwarding program, it could be even less. It could be less than 50 cents per unit. We've had sellers do that, which is a very common task. However, with everything going on with COVID, most sellers have been opting in to inbound to multiple locations because it's faster, right? If you inbound to one, we have to then take it and send it across the country. Versus if you send directly to 4, it's much faster, around 2 weeks faster. And you'll see that difference, especially if you use FBA, if you send directly to their 4 locations, or if you send to the inventory placement service. If you go through the inventory placement service, it's going to take longer for them to reallocate your inventory, which is reasonable. And we're obviously on the Deliverr side, we're trying to speed that up. So it could be cheaper if you send to one, but it's going to be slower getting inventory available. If you send to multiple, it's going to be probably more expensive than that 50 cents to $1 per unit, or around probably $1 per unit, depending on where you're sending from. But your inventory will be available to sell much, much quicker. We also have promotions going on for inventory that is experiencing very high demand. And so for inventory that is experiencing very high demand, we are auto tagging it. We've built an algorithm that identifies items that are selling very fast. And you should be getting targeted with a free inbound for those SKUs. That inbound should sit in your account. So a lot of sellers have been participating in this, a few hundred every week. And you're going to see that, that free inbound in your account. It'll say free inbound promotion, and it'll list the exact SKUs. And so for those SKUs, you can actually inbound into the network free of charge if your SKUs do get auto tagged. And again, that is all being automatically done based on what we're seeing as very high volume, high demand categories. Typically, it's for SKUs that are right now moving in the hundreds daily, which is surprisingly very common right now in the ecosystem.
Here, I'll take a few more. I want to set up 2-day free shipping for my customers. I understand in order to do so, lag time needs to be 0 days. If I turn lag time to 0, will this apply to all my orders, even the ones that do not qualify for free shipping? I still need a 1-day lag time for our regular non-rush orders. So I think the way you can do your settings is first you need to apply for 2-day, and then you can do a shipping override template to items that you want to put in 2-day. So then that way that shipping override will override any previous settings that you have set for 1-day lag. So with the override, then you can set up only the SKUs that you want to be on 2-day.
And then question here, can I send directly from a manufacturer into Deliverr and skip a prep center? So this has been one of the most common questions we've gotten over the past 4 weeks, especially because of, number one, sellers have been running out of stock very fast, and so they've wanted to get inventory into Deliverr very quickly. But also number two, a lot of prep facilities have shut down because of COVID worries or whatever going on. And so there are ways to do it and to send from the manufacturer directly into Deliverr, but the manufacturer will need to follow the compliance policies that we set forward. And that is, number one, which is having the right labels, and number two, having the right barcodes on the items. But it is something that is possible. If you have questions around that, feel free to contact sales or contact your account manager, and something that a lot of sellers are starting to do to improve speed and reliability on the inbound side.
Okay, here I'll cover one more. I got through FedEx Advantage program. The prices I see from FedEx are not prices, are not net prices, where there will be discounts applied at the time of statement rate generated. So if you do not see your discounts right away in your label printing solution, I suggest that you contact FedEx and see if those discounts were applied to your account or not. because we've heard from other sellers similar, where they enrolled into other programs as well, and then they switched between the programs, and all those discounts got lost in the shuffle. So I would suggest to contact FedEx and ensure that you are on the Advantage program, and you should be able to see the discounts upfront when you print the label. So with that, I think we will wrap it up here. Thanks everyone for your time joining our webinar here, and we hope to see you joining our 3-day program, as well as FedEx, and leverage our partner Deliverr. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.